Hello, it's Vladimir. Today is 19th day of my commitment. I'm talking to the camera every day from 10 to 15 minutes, practicing my speaking English, learning how to think in English aloud, learning grammar, learning all sorts of things related to English. And not only just English, I also practice my nonverbal communication. And I guess this exercise helps me to motivate myself to learn more, to be engaged in the process. It's a kind of meditation which I think is really powerful, which has a strong impact on my life. I like to do that. I like to see where it's gonna lead me in the long run. Now I decided to work on this exercise for 100 days, and as I said, today is already 19th day. I think it's powerful in terms of training my willpower. I learn to be consistent in everything I do. Don't give up if I don't like it, and maintain certain course. So my goal is to learn perfect pronunciation, to develop the ability to speak with perfect grammar, and that's exactly what I'm doing right here. Today I'd like to start this talk from a definition which I learned yesterday. I'd like to say this definition and then go on. So the definition is like, again, I want to pay attention to all these fillers. The term is intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is a property that has its value in its own. In contrast with instrumental value, which is a property that property of anything that I forgot the definition. Okay, that's cool. I learned it yesterday and now I forgot. That's so funny. I'm not gonna delete it. That's okay. If I can't remember, I'll learn it next time. I remember the whole idea. So intrinsic value, it's in contrast with instrumental value. Instrumental value means that something has its value in relation to something else. For example, if I study English, I may have a certain purpose to study it. I may study it for my job, I may study it for my career, I may study it to communicate with foreigners, to watch certain movies, to consume all sorts of content. And I also may study it just because I like to study English. So the whole activity may be perceived as something intrinsically valuable. When we think about life, we may say that life has intrinsic value because it's not for something else, it's just for itself. We may dedicate our lives to great purpose, to something that is beyond our life, but in general, it doesn't make any sense because we may say that even we dedicate our lives to something else, we still dedicate it to life, because everything in life is a part of life, and life can be considered as intrinsically valuable thing. Or not. I'm just trying to think about it right now in this present moment. Okay, what about this exercise? I want to develop a skill to be persuasive while I'm talking, and I know that it requires a certain emotional emotional support. And now I don't have many emotions while talking. It's not boring for me, but I'm not so excited as, for example, when I speak with people in a speaking club, or when I walk and talk. I know that I might be way more emotional, but now it's also a kind of emotions aren't good, because for me now I want to be perfect in my grammar, and I know as soon as I engaged in all sorts of emotions, I just lose my control over words which I say. So if it's emotional, it gets disturbed, and I need to learn to be calm while I'm speaking. But anyway, in the same time, I know that I need both, and I need to figure out how to solve this. So I need to be emotional, and at the same time I need to control my emotions and control my speech in order to practice perfect grammar and practice pronunciation. Well, maybe it's just, this exercise, it helps me to figure out what I need to do, what I need to work on, what I like, what I don't like. Usually I do this exercise at morning, but today I had to conduct the speaking club. It started today, not in the usual time. It started at 12 and finished at 2, and I didn't watch my previous video. I decided that I will watch every video which I make at the beginning of the next day. Then I'll fix my mistakes, and only after that I start recording a new video. But today I don't have too much time, and I need to do it carelessly, not as I do it usually. One interesting point which I was thinking about yesterday was learning how to finish sentences. I've noticed that when I speak, I don't usually finish sentences. I just continue speaking. In my opinion, when we speak, when we communicate with people, it's important to finish sentences. But when we think, we pay a little attention to how we finish a sentence. And since I learned English for thinking, I learned it to think, I always have this problem. I can't finish a sentence, and I continue speaking and speaking and speaking as if I were thinking. Because when I wake up, I start thinking in English, and there's no moment when I would stop doing that. Only when I get in bed later at the night. And thinking is uninterrupted process, and using pauses feels unnatural. Whereas in communication, it's not the case. We say something, then we have feedback, and then we continue saying things. So it's very important to learn how to finish sentences, how to make our thoughts clear. And finishing sentences gives lots of clarity to our speech. But I think I need to practice it here, and also I need to practice it in my thoughts while I'm thinking. If I do it just 10-15 minutes a day and learn how to speak with defined sentences, it's not going to be enough, since I'm thinking 16 hours every day and 10 hours of it is in English, and most of the time I just continue thinking, adding more and more sense to the idea which I'm trying to work on. First of all, I need to focus on my mind, and whenever I think, I need to learn how to stop every sentence and think a little bit more about what I'm going to say next. Okay, now I'm working on several projects. I want to say a few words about my research on public speaking. I'm watching famous speeches on YouTube. My goal is to watch 100 speeches, determine which of them are the best, to rank them in a certain, my personal hierarchy. I'm going to choose 5 speeches, and then I'll probably study them deeper, learn the structure of these speeches, learn more about the speakers. Now I've already watched 27 or 28 speeches, and I've watched all speeches, inaugural speeches by American presidents since 1949 to 1917. And now I'm watching speeches from British Parliament. I'm so bored with my own speech today. That's so bloody terrible. I'm not gonna complain, but I have to admit that I almost have no motivation to speak, and I force it again and again every day. I think grammar is one of the things why I don't have so much motivation, because when I speak without being obsessed by grammar, I can just really relate to what I say. But now it seems all kind of silly and boring. But another thing, of course, it's this long run. If I can make a pause and recover my power, I'll probably do it better next time. But I can't make a pause. I need to continue to do it every day. And only after 100 days, I'll make a pause and I study carefully what I've done, and maybe then I'll learn how to do it better. But now I'm also learning how to do it better. Of course, there are different days. Now I'm just exhausted after a discussion at the speaking club, and also I had a bad sleep, and there are many things which spoil my talk, my speech. I don't want to complain. Okay, I think it gets boring already. It was boring from the very beginning. I don't know how to do that. But again, my goal, 100 speeches, 100 days, talking to the camera every day, and be real, be honest. If I don't feel excited, I'm not gonna pretend that, hey guys, I'm so excited to be here. I'm glad to talk to you today. I'm so happy. I'm so smart. Now I'm gonna tell you what you need to do and why. No, if I'm bored, that's okay. I guess I need to learn how to accept all sorts of emotions. Maybe sometimes boredom is cool. Who knows? Now I'm gonna finish. See you next time. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, and do all this crazy shit. Bye bye.